Removing the instrument cluster from a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado 120 is easy. By the way, the process in the Lexus GX470 is exactly the same. This is a left-hand drive car, but on the right-hand drive models the process is basically the same, with only one difference. You have to additionally remove this bolt next to the ignition switch. But back to the left-hand drive process. It's good to start with moving the steering column as further from the dash as possible. Alright, so first you have to remove this trim. For this you can use a old credit card or some plastic removal tool. It comes out very easily and it has these plastic clips. After this you have to remove this small plastic trim around the ignition switch. Again, you can use something thin and plastic. After this you have to basically unclip this front part of this plastic trim. Again, use some plastic tool for this. Again, it's very easy. And now you have to remove these two plastic bolts or screws. So to remove them you can use a regular screwdriver. You can use this kind of a longer one, but it's better to use a shorter one. Just unscrew them and remove the plastic screw with the plastic clip. Remove the other one the same way. Don't push too much, just unscrew it. Now you can remove this whole plastic piece. It's very simple. Start with the lower part, lower it, and you can easily remove it. So this is the whole plastic piece. Again, there are some plastic clips on the lower part, and that's it. Now you will see the 4 bolts which you have to remove. These are 10mm bolts, so you can just use a ratchet with an extension and remove them. But actually they are not very tight there, so you can remove them by hand. After you removed the 4 bolts or 4 nuts, you have to unbolt also these plastic things. You just simply unbolt them by hand, because these plastic things are holding the 2 connectors of the instrument cluster, the 2 electrical connectors. So unbolt them as much as you can, and then you can carefully lift out the whole instrument cluster. Again, unbolt them as much as you can. This one is free now. Then this one, it's still tight, so unbolt it. Reach inside. Now, as you can see, I removed the first connector, and now I have to remove the connector on this other side. But this thing is pretty tight here still. Okay, I moved the connector a bit on the back side and I can unbolt it freely now, and it's done. it's completely loose. Now I can remove the connector, and it's removed on the back side, and finally I can take out the whole instrument cluster. There, as you can see, are the two connectors, and those plastic nuts or things are basically going in the middle part of these connectors. This is the back side of the instrument cluster. Here goes the already mentioned connectors, and these are those plastic nuts or things.